Hello everyone and welcome back to the Curious Internet channel. Okay, from our previous video we are going to continue today on further analysis with the formulas. So yeah, I have added a few more criteria, as you can see. So there's a criteria of a full name where I would want to get the first name and last name into one column together. For example, you can say John Smith, so you have John Smith in one of this column. Next would be I would want to calculate the number of people working in the engineering department and the number of people working in the morning shift or night shift or office shift, vice versa. So I'll show you how to do those by using the formula. So for the first column we have a full name. So how do we want to combine both first name and the last name in the full name column? So what do we have here is we have this what we call a concatenate. uh, let's just go into the function wizard and search for concatenate. So actually you just for a bit more addition is that you can search by the category. So for example, right now we are working on text, so we can just search in text and you can search where is there any concatenate. So yeah, there is a concatenate here. So what does a concatenate means is basically concatenate means is chaining several links into one. So in this term, that concatenate text means that we are concatenating or we are chaining text from uh, two columns or two particular cells into one actually. So yeah, let's try concatenating our first name and last name. So Chin Leong, it should be Chin Leong. So yeah, I double click the concatenate and then the first text would be here and then I click this. My second text would be here and I click this. So when I click OK, so you have your first name and last name, Chin Leong. But one thing we found here is that the names are actually close together, so there should be a space between the first name and the last name. So if you look at the formula here, so basically concatenate with brackets the first text and then the second text. So and in between those texts is the semicolon. Semicolon is something like ending the line. So what would I do is I wanted to add a space. So how would I add the space is by basically just adding a double quote, a space, close the double quote, and then another semicolon and enter. So you can see that there is a space between the first name and the last name. So that's how actually you concatenate two particular text with the space in the middle. So let's say if you want to add something, another space, or add another some particulars behind, so you can just go ahead and you know maybe I wanted to let's say I wanted to add engineering. So I'll put the semicolon after C5 and then I'll put another double quote, space, close the double quote, another semicolon, and then let me click the engineering. So if you see when I double click this column here, just to make it wide enough, Chin Leong engineering. So that's how you actually work around with concatenation. Okay, so you already get the formula, right? So let me just erase this D5 and the space because I wanted the full name. Okay, Chin Leong. Okay, so how do I actually complete all the others? Do I need to type in the formula back or copy paste? B5 turns into B6 and C6. So The shortest way, the fastest way is just to track. Okay, so let me do a repeat again. So let me just delete this back. Yep, I delete all. So if you look at it here, at the end of the box, there is some sort like a small square, a small dark square. So when you hover your mouse over there, you'll see it will turn into a plus symbol. So you can just drag it down, and yeah, you have the whole full name column filled in. So you see P6C6 and then P7C7 and so on and so forth. Alright, so now that we have done with concatenating, so let's go to the next criteria. So we have a bit 3 more. Okay, so next criteria will be number of people working in engineering department. So what we are going to do next is we are going to actually choose a formula that actually can count for us how many people working in engineering, which is 2 people. So how do we do this? So we have this what we call count if. So as the formula suggests, we are going to count if the condition that we have or condition that is met in a certain range. So let's go to the formulas and let's just scroll down to count if. So if you can see here, count if, and the argument and the definition would be counts the arguments which met the set conditions. So this would be the basic how to write the formula. So just let's use the formula. Okay, count if. So what would be our range? So our range would be in the department range, which is D4, or you can also use D5 directly. Don't need to use the header. D5 to D11. So let's just choose this. And then the criteria would be engineering. So I'm going to actually put in a double quote and write engineering over here. Okay. So you can see the result is already shown result 2 actually. So means you already calculated 2. So then you just click OK. So make sure that when you are writing, make sure that you the case is as similar as what in the table. So yeah, if the letter E is capitalized, so make sure that in your formula also the letter E is capitalized, so that actually you can calculate properly. Okay, let's do another example. So which is the number of people working in a morning shift. So we can use the same formula actually. So what we can do is we can either just copy the formula and paste it and just modify the range uh, and the arguments that is needed. For example, the range is in a shift range, so you are going to need E5 to E11. So we just change here to oops, E5 and then E11, and the criteria would be now morning. And yeah, so let's calculate. See, 1 2 3 4. So yeah, 4 people working in morning shift. Okay, so that's 2 examples on how to use count if. Okay, so the next would be, what if we wanted to know number of people working in engineering and working in morning shift? So how would I go about that in a formula? So what we have a second count if actually, which is count ifs. So what count ifs does is like count if but multiple count if. So yeah, let me just open up count ifs. Okay, let's go to C, and you can see here, so we have count if, which is count the argument which met the set of conditions, and then we have count ifs, which count the cells that meet multiple criteria in multiple ranges. So let's use this count if. So we have 2 criteria, which is working in engineering and working in morning shift. and we have two ranges, which is the department range and also the shift range. So when I click the count ifs, and you can see that it is showing multiple range and criteria. So for range 1, you're going to select the department range, which is D5 to D11, and the first criteria would be engineering. Okay, the second range would be, okay, you see the result already show 2, means there are 2 people working in engineering, right? Okay, next would be the second range, which is the shift, which is if E5 to E11, and the second criteria would be morning. And you can see the result already show here 1, so which means there is only one person working in the engineering shift, working in engineering department and morning shift. So let's just click enter, and you can see, yep, true, this particular person, Chin Liang, so working in the engineering department, morning shift. There's only one of it. See, the other engineering guy is working on the night shift, and the other guys working in morning shifts are in a different department, which is marketing and maintenance. Alright, so that's all from me today. So yeah, I would like to see you guys in the next episode. If you like my content, please like and subscribe and share it to anyone that you feel that can help them in their daily lives from using OpenOffice. So yeah, bye bye.